Well, hey guys, what is going on out there today? Good morning. Brent Abel here, webtennis.com, with another episode of What's the Right Shot. And I've got another point from a match that we've been watching recently. Paul Wolf with the serve on the far side, and Jeff Seichmann returning serve on this side. This is from a tournament back in, I'm not sure, 3 or 4 years ago in the desert. Anyway, I think this was a finals. And so let me give you a little bit different look at what I think about a passing shot. And short return, and now Paul moves in behind it, and now Jeff is going to play a shot, right? So I'm pausing the video right here, and I'm asking, what do you think's the right shot to play? And so, speaking of pausing it, if you want, go ahead and pause the video right now, whether you're on YouTube or wherever. Go down below in the comments area and just type in, what do you think for your game? If you're Jeff Seichmann, what shot would you play in this situation? So hit the pause button, let me know, and then come on back. Well, all right, you are back. Look, let's take this from the start. And what I'm going to talk about today is the mindset for a passing shot. And so what we've always talked about, we've done this a lot with Jeff Jacklich, is that a passing shot is never like an ESPN 11 p.m. top 10 highlight of the day shot where it's just not touched by that approaching opponent over there. It's always a two-shot play in your mind, because even if you scorch this up the line, even if you take this thing and you just drill it up the line, you can't stop your opponent from anticipating or from guessing that that's the shot that you're going to play. And maybe the reason that they anticipate it is because that just seems to be the book on this opponent, that they want a backhand, they like to pass up the line. So, and conversely, also cross court as well. So I'm always assuming that on my passing shots, that the term passing is just, it kind of messes with your mind. It makes you think that, well, I got to hit this past my opponent, as opposed to, no, the first shot is just a setup for the second shot. It might turn out that opponent over there doesn't touch the ball. Okay, fine, you've hit a winner. But I'm always thinking that they're going to, in the great words I keep repeating all the time, Dick Johnson, and, Dick used to say, hey, look, all I'm trying to do initially is hit a quality shot to my target, number one. Number two, I'm assuming that they're going to get to it and play it back to me. And number three, that's okay. That's kind of a big one here in the formula. And number four, we'll just take it from there. And so I think Jeff's got the exact same mindset with this shot he plays. And rather than him thinking, I'm going up the line for a winner or cross court for a winner, he actually plays a slider and just thinks about getting the ball down, knowing that Paul's going to get to it, and starts moving forward, looking for what might be next. And so, look, Paul's got to play this shot obviously well below the top of the net. It's almost a half volley, not quite, but just about. Paul does not have that geometry where he gets to make contact above the top of the net. So this is a tricky volley. And plus, Paul knows that Jeff's moving forward. So he can't just pop it up, right? He can't just leave it sitting somewhere. And so he goes for, a tricky angle and doesn't make it. And so I have a little running joke with Paul Wolf on these What's the Right Shot episodes. Because, by the way, Paul is always in singles. One of the top guys. One of the top 1, 2, or 3 guys every year in his age group in the country. And he's always the number one guy with Lenny Wofford in doubles. And in fact, at the time of this recording, 2021. He and Lenny won the Grand Slam in doubles this year, right? The grass, the clay, the hard courts. They didn't play the indoors this year, unfortunately, because of COVID. But anyway, so there's a lot of great stuff to watch with Paul Wolf. And usually, like this point, he doesn't win the point. The last two he did, we've exchanged texts and had a little phone call and kind of chuckled about it. But I digress. So look, that's how I want you to think about passing shots, is that when you set up for this thing, is that you always try to think about, well, what are two shots? What are potential two shots that I could play here? Which means that what's the whole premise of what's the right shot? Shot choice and where to move to for the next best court position. And in this case, Jeff just realizes, look, all I got to do is get the ball down, and I got some time to move forward and challenge with court position, right? So he's not thinking with this shot that he's going to be a one-shot wonder and just, rip it by him. So I want you to put this into your noggin, thinking about next time you're on the court, when you get a passing shot opportunity, that number one, it's going to be a two-shot play. Might not end up that way, and that's okay, but it's going to be a two-shot play. And so your initial shot is played with the intention of where's the next best court position. All right, guys. So look, down below, I want to hear from you. What's on your mind from today's episode of What's the Right Shot? In the comments area, let me know. Maybe it's comment, remark, question, whatever it is. Or you can shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com. Guys, that's it for me today. As always, it's time. We got to get out there today. Help someone else have a spectacular day. Guys, see you again tomorrow. Well, hey, it is Brent back here with you. Hope you enjoyed that episode of What's the Right Shot. And look, in your own game, if you are struggling at all with your topspin second serve, what I've got for you is a complimentary course over at the Web Tennis members area. Just go on over, if you're not already a member, to webtennis.com. Drop in your first name, your email address, and you will get access to that free course for your topspin second serve, along with a couple of other free courses as well. Looking forward to seeing you inside the members area.